Two words that strike the fear of God into any self-respecting film critic. Van Connor is in the house. Good morning.
Good morning, Alex. You lovely man. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, thank you, my darling. Everything all right with you?
Do you know, I can't complain. I got to see one of my very favourite stories ever adapted for the screen in maybe its best form yet this week. But we're not going to talk about it because it's not in the English language, so we won't get to play a clip, annoyingly. But do see The Count of Monte Cristo this weekend, if, like me, you're a big Alexandre Dumas fan.
So this is like a buy two, get one free. This is the Count of Monte Cristo is an added bonus for us today, right?
It can't possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay, but, you know, I give you an extra one free.
Well, I tell you what, tell us about Close to You. That sounds like a lovely film title.
It sounds like a lovely title, doesn't it? And theoretically, a lovely film. So, emphasis on the theoretically. Right. I have to add a disclaimer off the top of this because I'm about to destroy this. So I just want to put a disclaimer on this, given the subject matter of the film, that there is no one, there's no one you're going to encounter in your daily life who's more of a friend to the trans community than me. I think they've been through enough and they do not deserve this film. They do not deserve this put upon them. So, enter Elliot Page, who has starred in, co-written, and produced this god-awful film, which basically can best be described as a semi-autobiographical whining fest, for want of a better term. Elliot Page plays, effectively, Elliot Page, who is a trans man, just has transitioned, is going home for the first time, having had a life of not being accepted, or so we're sort of led to believe, and that's really it. Goes home and complains a lot. That's the movie. It goes on for just under 2 hours, and it feels a lot longer. Here's a sample from one of the whiniest films you're going to see this year.
You're so sad. And the last thing a parent wants is for their kid to be sad.
It's hard to say, but you know when you found it.
You look so good. You really do. You look the same, just why you. I love it.
For all these years.
Oh, yeah, there's that guy. I was wondering where he was.
You pick me up when I'm on the ground.
I don't know all the rules.
What are you talking about rules? I'm just a person. Just talk to me.
Give me strength when it can't be.
You're going through a thing. We all have to obey you.
Obey what?
I just worry about you.
You weren't worrying about me when I was actually not okay.
Does it add anything to the sum total of knowledge, this film?
Nope. Not a thing. Have you ever read an interview with Elliot Page?
I haven't, and I must admit, you know, films that have the potential to just educate us a bit. I always think to myself, this has got legs. This could be good. But if it's as you say it is, it's not for me. It's not for me. My life is worth more than this.
The very, very first line of this movie is, and I'm not even exaggerating, the first line of the movie is Elliot Page saying, and I am sort of paraphrasing here, "Oh, sure, they accept me. Just not how I'd like," which might aptly describe the personality of Elliot Page, the only person alive for whom the gift of male privilege still cannot somehow elicit a smile. If anybody were actually dumb enough to fork over folding money for this wretched
all of the movie, thing as well,
they would inadvertently be setting trans rights back by decades. Because believe me, as an Arabian man, I of all people understand that representation matters, but I also doubly understand that negative representation is actually more hurtful, and I think this falls squarely into that category. What a nauseating, tripping waste of time. Honestly, there aren't enough painkillers in the world to dull the pain of how often I had to smack myself in the cerebellum simply to stay awake through this thing. Good
So you like
Lord.
it then, yeah?
Big fan, clearly. Yeah,
loving it. Can I say, by the way, out of everything you've said so far, the one thing that a lot of women in Oxfordshire is going to take away from this is he's an Arabian man.
Half, to be fair.
Lovely stuff. Now then, cheer us up then, because the next one is sort of named after a Travis song, Sing Sing.
It is. It's also named for the prison in which it's set.
You'll love this, by the way. We've just had a text in from 573. He said, Oxford, so he doesn't like the film then? I think it's fairly sure to say, no, he doesn't like the film. Excellent work. Excellent work. You've conveyed it well.
Yeah, I can honestly say there are active war zones I would rather take a stroll through than ever watch another minute of that film. I've said worse about it, believe me.
Good stuff. Okay, so Sing Sing, how's it looking?
Pretty good. So it's based on somewhat based on a true story of the theatre program in the Sing Sing prison. So much so that the film actually utilizes actors who are graduates of this program. So they've got no professional acting experience. They are simply former inmates who have found themselves through this theatre rehabilitation program within the US penal system, have, then been released, have been paroled, and have been given the chance to tell this story, the story of the program that has allowed them to find redemption, to find inner peace on film. And they get certain actors obviously in there as well, largely Coleman Domingo in the lead, who you might remember from the recent musical adaptation of The Colour Purple, I believe he's in West Side Story as well. Terrific actor. There is talk that this will get him that Best Actor win. I think it will certainly get him a nomination. I wouldn't be shocked at win, to be honest, but I'll get to that in a minute. So I've got a clip for you. This is a sample of the prison drama, say, centering around the theatre program, Sing Sing.
We here to become human again and enjoy the things that is not in our reality.
I think you guys are becoming real with each other, vulnerable.
Listen, I already know what you're doing, know who you are, what you about, bro.
What?
You don't get to tell me what I need in prison. You don't get to do that. And don't bring me in those dark corners no more.
The world expects brothers like you and I to walk in with our heads held down. Nah, what you gotta walk in like a king. Everything is yours.
I'm Divine now. Yeah, this is my theater.
Now give him some love, give him some love.
Now that sounds a bit more rousing, Van. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got it right there. Rousing. When I was watching it, I remember thinking to myself, you could lose 25 minutes off the front end of this because it's mostly character stuff. But as the film goes on, you start realizing, oh no, actually, it all comes together as this glorious whole. This is a redemptive prison drama that really pulls no punches. That's gloriously shot, wonderfully framed. They really use the framing and the natural lighting and the film stock and everything wonderfully, but also, I have not wept at the final minute of a prison movie this hard since The Shawshank Redemption.
You cried?
I'm not exaggerating. Cried? Yes. Buckets. Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel. Niagara Falls. Absolutely. But amazing performance from Coleman Domingo.
You total softie. You and Chris McNews, you're both absolutely lovely softies really deep down, aren't you? So, buckets of popcorn out of 5 for Sing Sing then. What do you think?
Hardcore 5 buckets out. I mean, wow. I'm giving close to you 2, by the way.
Wow. Oh, wow. So, absolutely. So, 2 out of 5 for the first one, close to you, but we're not even going to bother with that because that's... No. But no. Sing Sing, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, genuinely revelatory, really terrific. And you will not believe that these are actors who have never done film before. They are all unified, particularly Clarence Macklin, who also goes by the name Divine Eye. Absolutely terrific, because a lot of the former inmates play characters named for themselves. They are fictionalized versions of themselves. It's terrific. Absolutely go and see Sing Sing.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for that. Van Connor with another fantastic recommendation and one to avoid like the plague.
Sweet